Hi guys, this is Amber from Anxious Amber. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to film this WIP and Chat today. I thought I would work on the rooster. Oh, the glare is horrible. There we go. On the rooster from the Pretty Little Gems farm set. I've only got a couple left after this guy, so I've almost got this set complete. And then I'm just using a twist and pick pen from Diamond Art Club with the normal pink wax in the multi-placer, and then of course their wax in the single placer, which I better get it spun up here. It's not wanting to come out of there. Okay, well, I'll grab another one. I don't know what's wrong with that one. Well, I guess we're getting off to a great start, huh? So this is just a oh my gosh, words. A 4-placer. I'm going to just go ahead and get some pink wax in it. I'm dropping things. Goodness. All right, there, that's coming up. All right, let me get this loaded up here. So it is actually 12:38 a.m., November 27th. So happy Thanksgiving to anyone who celebrates. The last time I came on here and talked was the 10th, so it's been a couple of weeks since I really came on and talked about anything life-wise. I did start my new job, and I absolutely love it. It is reminiscent of what I did before, so it hasn't been like difficult for me to catch on. So I have actually, the past couple days, worked by myself, which is exciting. They trust me enough to do that. There's still parts of the job that I haven't learned yet. There's different responsibilities to it. So right now I've just been greeting the drivers and getting them logged in as they arrive. It is for a warehouse. I work for a warehouse, and they do what's called live unloads. So as the truckers come in, I get their information put into the computer system, give them a place to a door to pull up their truck and trailer to, and then send them on their way. The part that I haven't learned is what happens after that. So it's getting the bills put in the system and waiting for the people to get in the warehouse to get everything unloaded, and then bring me back the paperwork to give back to the driver. So I haven't had to do that part yet. I've actually been working out in the guard shack, so when the drivers arrive, I'm right there to put their information into the computer system and get them a door. And so it's cold out there because it's November in Ohio, but so far everyone that I've met and have worked with is really laid back, fun. I've just been getting to know them all. I love the fact that it's laid back. I don't have to wear any kind of special uniform or anything. I get to wear, warm clothes, sweaters, jeans. Some of the girls I've noticed wear leggings, so I've been thinking about getting some fleece-lined leggings to wear. And then Dad actually bought me a pair of insulated bibs to wear when I'm out in the guard shack, just to make sure that I'm warm. And I've told my family that I want some fingerless gloves for Christmas, because I have to be able to type and write, but my hands have been cold. So other than being cold, though, I really love the job. I've really been enjoying it. I'm really happy. I'm really, really, really glad that they gave me a chance to try it. Like I've said in my last WIP and Chat, I had gone and interviewed, and then chose to hire someone else, and then they ended up having someone that was been there for a few years put in their 2 weeks notice. So they had another opening available, and luckily they called me for it. I'm really happy that they did, because I really enjoy it. It's chaotic, and you would think someone with anxiety would not like the chaos, but it keeps my mind busy, so I don't have time to think about stuff, and that I have found is what really bothers me, is when I have the time to actually sit and think. So yeah, I really, really like it so far. Also, when you work at the guard shack, so they have appointments for the drivers, and the last appointment is 2 a.m. So being out at the guard shack, I work 8 p.m. to about 2:30 a.m. And so I've been getting home by like 3 in the morning, which is really nice. I stay up until about 6 and then go to bed and sleep for the day. But there, I missed a drill. Oh, heck. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm really enjoying it. Just finally, it took me all year to find a new place. And I've been talking to a previous coworker from the place that I used to work that I really loved, and it just sounds like things have really gone downhill there. So I'm happy that I have left and that I've started this new career, and have hopefully found a place that I belong. It's closer to home. It takes me about 20 minutes maybe to get home every morning, and I do have to drive kind of slow because I am taking country roads, so there's a lot of deer that I have to watch out for. And actually there's this, I'm pretty sure it's a mom and like her baby from maybe this past spring. It doesn't have spots on it anymore, but it is smaller than the other one, and I see them about every night. On my way to work, they're going from the woods over across the road to the fields, and on my way home from work, they're going back across the road from the fields into the woods. So I see them a couple of times a night, which is kind of nice. And I'm pretty sure it's the same deer, because one is smaller than the other, and they're always together. But yeah, I have to make sure I am careful and really aware of my surroundings, because they are not the only deer. There's a lot of deer down the country roads that I drive on. And then, so I didn't have to work tonight. My normal nights off are Wednesday nights and Thursday nights. So I didn't have to work tonight, and I would not have had to because it's technically Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. So they are not accepting trucks tonight, but they will be accepting them tomorrow night, which is technically, in their case, Friday. But it still starts 8 p.m. on Thursday night. So I'm happy that I have Thursdays off also. That way I don't have to go into work at all on Thanksgiving. Don't know how it worked out for me that way, but it's just Wednesday nights and Thursday nights I don't have to go in. And so I'll have Christmas off this year. I think I'll have New Year's off, because they just happen to fall on those Wednesdays and Thursdays that I just will always have, that I have off. That is subject to change in the new year. Those are just my days through December. But I like that I at least have 2 days off together. So basically Wednesday and Thursday are my weekend. That has taken me a little bit to get used to it. And I'm still not quite used to it, because I leave at 2:30 in the morning and everybody says, "See you tonight." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you will see me tonight." So you're kind of working like twice in one day, but it's technically the next day. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I think too much about it, I'll confuse myself even more. So I just kind of go with the flow. And luckily my team lead understands. She says it confuses her too. So she said, you do not come in on Wednesday night or Thursday night because your days off are Wednesday or Thursday and Friday. It's so confusing. But I've got that figured out. Really, really happy with it so far. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. I haven't done much diamond painting this month. I've been setting up my journals and things that I'm going to be using in 2026. So that's what I've been spending my time on when I'm at home. I've just done those off camera, and when I film my November wrap up, I'll just come on camera and show what I've done to prepare for 2026 in those journals. And then I did find out today, I'm a little disheartened about the Manjaro that I take for diabetes. There have been some changes to law with them, and anyways, I don't know why that would affect my insurance company, but now my insurance company is refusing basically to pay for Manjaro until I have tried one more medication. I have done metformin, and I did that for a year, and it just completely stopped working for me. Then I was on Trulicity, and I was on the highest dose of it, but unfortunately it did not help me enough, so I had to take insulin while I was on it as well. And the doctor that I see said, you know, Trulicity, if you're on Trulicity, it should be replacement for insulin. So you shouldn't have to be on both. And so we switched to Manjaro. Well, now my insurance company, that, you know, last month, that was fine. Yeah, that was okay last month. Well, now they're saying I have to try one other medication on the highest dose for 120 days before they will cover the Manjaro. And like, I understand the laws have changed and they have to readjust how they do things, sure, but this is medication I have been on for a year. It is not something I take for weight loss. It is something that I take for diabetes. I have type 2 diabetes, so it is something that I take for diabetes. And it has helped me tremendously. I have been able to go off insulin. I have been able to go off blood pressure medication. Yes, I have lost weight. That is a benefit of it. It's just, you know, I'm afraid. I'm really afraid that I'm now going to have to go be sick again and have my sugar completely out of whack again just to prove to the insurance company that the Manjaro is what my body accepts and what works for me. So that was really upsetting today. I'm kind of happy I didn't have to go into work tonight because I got in a mood. That's why I didn't film this earlier. I had to just get over the mood that I was in and accept the fact that I'm gonna have to be sick again. But I'm scared. Like, I don't want to be sick again. I had horrible headaches. My sugar was all over the place. It was getting up into the 400s. And even on the Trulicity and insulin, it wasn't getting, like, even fasting. It would get to maybe 160. And you want it to be 120, 130. The big thing was that it didn't stay level. It went up and down large amounts. In large amounts it went up and down. And you want it to stay pretty steady, which the Manjaro has helped me. That's what it does for me. So yeah, I'm scared. I'm upset. I'm going to have to go back on insulin. It's like you would think because I've already been on it for a year, it would just sort of be grandfathered in and they would just go ahead and pay for it because I've been doing it for so long. Now I'm going to have to get weaned off of it and start a low dose of something else and work my way up on it. And it's just stuff it's just stressful. Like, I know what works for me and I should just be able to take what works for me. Unfortunately, my brother looked into taking it for weight loss and his insurance wouldn't pay for it either, because that's what he wanted to take it for. And it's like $4,000 a month medication. So it's not something I can just buy for myself. I need the insurance to cover it. It's what I pay to have insurance for. And then they're not going to do their jobs and cover me. So it's just, I'm frustrated by it and scared by it. Other than that, let's see. I started rewatching Bridgerton on Netflix. That's when I got home from work. I wanted something to kind of watch and settle down. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to rewatch this. So I started with the first season and on Netflix and worked my way through them. I had forgotten how much I absolutely loved that show. It's such a great show. And I was one, when it first came out, I was kind of disappointed because I had read the books and they were not necessarily following the storyline or historical facts with it. But it doesn't even matter. The show is just so opulent and so almost ridiculous that it doesn't even matter that it's not necessarily historically accurate. It's not supposed to be a history lesson, you know. It's just a love story. Like, and I'm pretty sure I just put those all on the wrong thing. I'm supposed to be doing the dots, not the threes. So, yep. Gosh darn it. These whip and chats are harder than they look. Okay, that one was a dot. That one was a 3, so I can put that one there. You guys were probably all screaming at me like, you're doing the wrong ones. And are you a 3? You're a 3. That's terrible. That one's a 3. Oh my gosh. Some people only use tweezers to diamond paint with, and I can't imagine. I'm so used to the pen that I can't even imagine only using the tweezers. Okay, there was a dot there. There was a dot. Yeah, shoot. What are you? That one's a dot. Okay. I think I'm back on track. And if not, oh well, they just are going to be what they are now. Luckily, there's not too much of a difference. There's a 3 there that's one to cover up. All right, well, I'm going to get off the medicine thing. It's just something I've been dealing with that's frustrating. Diamond painting wise, I've been working on Blue Horse, which I've shown on the channel before, and I'm kind of disappointed with it. The drills are not the greatest. It is from Diamond Artisan, and yeah, I don't know if it's just something that was an older kit that they had in stock or what, but because I've heard good things about them. But as for it being my first kit, I just am not too happy with it. The drills aren't great. The rendering is obviously computer rendered, so there's a lot of unnecessary confetti, in my opinion. There's just a random red and, you know, diamond in the green field. And it's just, yeah, I'm not too happy with it. I do love the artwork, so I am trying to get it done. But at this point, I'm not even picking out the trash. I'm just like, oh, well, who cares what it looks like when it's done? You know, it'll just be done. And that's horrible that I feel that way about it. I want to get it done before the new year. And so I'm sort of having to force myself to work on it. And I mean, it took me 3 days to do one section because I was only working on it a half hour at a time before I was getting sort of fed up and had to stand up and walk away from it. So yeah, I've just been reading and working on my journals, like I said, watching some TV shows, just spending my time doing other things besides diamond painting. So this month isn't going to be a very, I don't know, I'm just not going to have a lot to show for it, I guess. I still made some progress, so any kind of progress is good. So I don't want to say that it was a bad month necessarily. It just wasn't as productive as I would have liked to have been. Or like my October was really very productive on getting diamond paintings finished. Getting my crochet blanket finished. It was a much better month for me than November has been. And November has just disappeared. It's like, it's the 27th. I don't know. It was just rushed by. And let's see. So Black Friday is tomorrow. And I have been watching Diamond Art Club's posts. They are releasing 111 diamond paintings on Friday for Black Friday, and they show 11 a day, 12 a day. I'm not sure how many they've been posting every day just this week leading up to Black Friday, their Black Friday sale. But so far I have not really been in love with any of the kits. There have been a couple that have caught my eye, but they're not ones that I have to buy on Friday. You know, I don't have to have them. I like them, but they're not necessary to add to my collection. And because I have such a large collection at this point, if it doesn't like completely blow my mind, it's not something that I'm gonna be interested in getting. And so far, none of their kits that they're releasing Friday have really sparked, I guess, joy or interest in me. That being said, in the past, when they've released like this for Black Friday, I usually don't like the kits until they show their last, like the last day that they're previewing them. Those are usually the ones that I like. So I'm going to continue to keep an eye out today while they post them every hour. Which, I mean, I'm not looking every hour. I get on, you know, maybe every 4 hours or something and just look to see what they've posted. But yeah, so far, I'm not really interested. I might use the deals that they have on items that I have in my wish list instead of buying any of their new canvases. So we'll see what they preview tomorrow. And, well, preview today, I guess, because it is technically Thursday when I'm filming this. It confuses me, the time. It confuses me so much. What else? I've done a couple of unboxings. I did get some Christmas kits recently from them that I really loved, that I'm really excited about. And then reading wise, I found a new app called Book Funnel. And so I got a couple of different series on there that I'm listening to. It's sort of like Audible and Kindle combined. So you can listen to the book, but you can also like read along in it, in the ebook. And I do appreciate that, because sometimes, like at work, when I was working at the hotel, I'd listen to the book, but then sometimes I'd like to read it when I'm at home. So this way I can kind of jump back and forth between them all in the same app. And actually, I'm not sure. I just got it. I'm not sure if it like updates itself. And so if I listen to the first couple chapters on Audible or on the sound, and then decide to read the next chapter, I don't know if it'll be updated and it'll just open up to that next chapter that I'm ready to read, or if I'll have to scroll through and find it. I need to look into that. But I have been enjoying it. I was able to buy like the entire series on both ebook and Audible, and so that meant that I got a deal for getting them that way, and so I'm really happy with that. So I have one book from there listened to, and let's see, what else have I listened to this month? I listened to All I Want Is You by Ballard, I believe. Oh, and then I did the first 2 Harry Potter books on Audible. I still have Tourist Season, I believe is what it's called, to listen to. The plan is to listen to that tomorrow on my way, today, on my way to my family dinner. We're going to my aunt's house, and it is a little over a 2-hour drive away. And with my dad driving, I'm just going to put some headphones in and listen to that book on the way there and on the way home. And that'll give me 4 hours of listening time. And then since I am trying to stay up at night, since I am now a third shifter, I might continue to listen to it tomorrow night, just to keep myself awake while I diamond paint or something, so that I can get that book finished, because I don't like to carry them over into the next month. And then I did plan out to watch 3 different movies, I believe, and I haven't watched any of those. So I need to get on the ball and get watching those too. I wanted to watch the second Jumanji movie that has Jack Black in it. I wanted to watch Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie, because it is a movie I've never seen. Well, not from beginning to end. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And then I wanted to watch... There was one more. And I don't remember... Oh, Elvis. I wanted to watch Elvis. I did watch that Netflix true crime series or show, The Good Neighbor, or whatever it was called. That was wild. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, a part of me thinks, you know, when I was those kids' ages, if I had a neighbor that I pissed off like that, you would have seen me going over there and picking on her. I know I would have, just because I would have thought it was funny. And especially with the group of kids, I could see them definitely picking on her. I could see that happening. But she also was the adult in the situation and needed to just calm down. And she is the reason the situation escalated, and then she ended up killing their mom. For no reason. She was mean to the kids, so the mom went over there, obviously, to defend her children. Any mom would do it. Any good mom would do it. And she died for it. And it was so stupid. Such a stupid reasoning. The woman said, oh, she was afraid she was going to break down her door and attack her. And no, she wasn't. She wanted her kid's property back because you took the kid's iPad. And you know, it just was a stupid, ridiculous situation. But like I said, I'm sure the kids did pick on her. I'm sure they did. I would have when I was a kid. Because of how she acted. She was so ridiculous. If she had just stopped acting like that and had let them be, it wouldn't have been funny anymore, and they would have just quit bothering her. Like, it was just so stupid. And a woman is dead because of it. I guess it happened in Florida, and so the woman that did it tried to use the stand your ground defense because the neighbor had come to her house and was knocking on the door, well, beating on the door. And so she said it was stand your ground and blah, blah, blah. But no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The woman wasn't in her house. She was just outside the door. There was no reason to shoot her. All you had to do was keep the door locked. And, you know, just tell the woman to call the police, and you would talk to them. You weren't going to talk to her. You would talk to the police. And again, keep your door locked. I don't know. That's just a bad situation. But definitely an interesting show. They did feel that it had something to do with race. And I don't know, like, I can't put my personal thoughts on that. Like, it wouldn't have had to me, but I am not the woman who did it, so I don't know how she felt about it. To me, it was just the neighbor kids were picking on her, doing stuff that they knew she didn't like, and because she acted the way she did, they thought it was funny, and they were kids being kids, is what it comes down to. And she destroyed their lives because she didn't like them acting like kids. It's just so ridiculous. All right. And the thing is that woman, the kid's family, they weren't the only ones she had problems with. She had problems and was calling the cops on all the neighbors. It just happened to escalate with that certain family. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess it was an interesting show to watch. And, you know, people are going to have different opinions, different feelings about them. And like I said, there was no evidence of the kids actually picking on her. So maybe they never really did. Like I said, when I was a kid, I would have thought it was funny. So I could see the kids doing it, picking on her for sure. But I don't know. It just should not have escalated the way that it did. It should not have happened. And now she is being held responsible for it. So, good. That she didn't get away with it. And at least there's justice, I guess, for the mom. But, you know, it's kind of hollow justice because all those, I think she had like 4 kids. They're going to not have their mom to raise them. So, yeah, just senseless. Just completely senseless. And again, if they were picking on me like that, I would have gotten security cameras around my property. So I would have had proof that the kids were picking on me. I don't know. And because that show kind of left me like irritated and frustrated with just the older woman, the neighbor. Maybe I've kind of not watched the other shows. I've just not been in the mood to watch a movie. But I need to. I mean, I sat down and watched Bridgerton instead, and I've seen all those. I didn't need to watch them. I'm glad I did. I had forgotten how much I love that show. And the new season starts in January. So I kind of got a refresher. So maybe I'll watch the movies over the next couple days and be able to report back when I do my monthly wrap-up video. And then I don't know what I want to do for December. I have to get my planner together and figure out what my goals are for the month, what books I want to read, what movies I want to see, and that kind of thing. And then let's see, Christmas shopping wise, I've gotten everybody's gifts except for, let's see, my sister and my brother-in-law and my younger brother. And then I have 4 little cousins I have to buy for, but they should be pretty easy. 2 of them are teenagers, so I mean, I'm just going to run into Bath and Body Works and get them some gift cards and call that a day. So then it's just 2 gifts for little kids. So one is 7 and one is 4. And I do not know them very well, so I mean, I guess a 7-year-old I could get a Barbie, right? And a 4-year-old boy I could get trucks or something. I don't know. Hopefully, though, I can get them both gifts at the same place so I don't have to go to a lot of places shopping. That's terrible. And then my sister, I get her the same thing every year. Since like 1995, I think, she loves Precious Moments. So since 1995, I have gotten her the yearly Precious Moments Christmas ornament. The little girl. She did tell me this year she'd like to have one of the pets instead. So I might do that. I know I have gotten her the boy in the past, just because I thought it was cuter than the little girl. But I don't think I've ever gotten her one of the pets. So I do think I'm going to do that this year. But I don't have a local Hallmark store close to me. I have to drive an hour away. So it's kind of, I've been putting it off. But then, yeah, I got Mom and Dad both gifts. I've gotten all of my nieces their gifts. And they've all been, I ordered them all online. So all of that has been delivered. So that's not too bad coming up on December. I guess I have half-ish of what I need to do done. My goal is always to have it done before December. That has yet to happen, and it looks like it's not going to happen again this year. So I can try again for next year. This guy is coming right along. He's looking really good. Let's see. So it is Thanksgiving. My deviled eggs have been made. They're in the fridge. I make a couple extra. That way we can test them. And so they are pretty good this year. My mom always takes dessert. So she's got all of her pies cooked. I think she's taking the sweet potato casserole also. She's going to make that when she wakes up. So it will be warm. We actually have to leave at 10 a.m. in order to get to my aunt's house at noon. And what sucks is that my uncle was actually put in the hospital tonight. He has COPD and he's having some complications with it. So my aunt said she would still have Thanksgiving and for us to come anyways, but hopefully he's home and gets to be with us. I would hate spending Thanksgiving in the hospital. That would be so depressing. So prayers for him if you do that kind of thing. It's just, you know, he's having trouble breathing and he's coughing a bunch and that kind of thing. But I hope he gets to come home and gets to be there for Thanksgiving with us. And he'll probably be tired and sleep the whole time. But, I mean, at least we'll be together, right? And I think that's what he normally does anyways. The guys put the football game on and all, you know, watch it while they're sleeping in the living room. And then us women all sit around the dining room table and talk. Probably make plans for what we're doing for Christmas. We always meet Christmas Eve. It's what we've always done. Well, Christmas Eve day. We all try to do it early enough so that we can be home before it gets dark. That is always the plan. It never happens. We're usually there for lunch and dinner before we leave. So we don't get home until pretty late. Probably I'll do the same thing tomorrow. Like I said, we have to be there at noon. We will probably stay there until 6 or 7 o'clock. So get home about 8 or 9. So yeah, it's a pretty full day. We leave at 10 a.m. and won't get home until night. Let's see, I think my aunt is making the turkey. The aunt's house that we're going to. And then my other aunt is bringing the green bean casserole and dinner rolls and that kind of thing. And I'm sure there are tons of mashed potatoes. Someone's bringing mashed potatoes. There were tons of things. We have like a group chat and everybody listed 2 or 3 things that they would bring, and I can't even think about what it all was. But like usual, I'm sure we'll have more than enough food. There never seems to be enough turkey. We never have leftovers to bring home a turkey, but so my mom did get a turkey to make. That way we would have some turkey also. But she didn't buy it in time, and so it's currently in the fridge defrosting, and I don't think it'll be completely defrosted in time until, I think she said Saturday. She could cook it on Saturday. So what types of things do you guys make for Thanksgiving? Is it just your traditional stuff like my family does, or do you have anything that you do differently? I think that would be interesting. I would like to try something new. I mean, I'm almost 40 years old and we always have the same stuff. So it would be fun to have a different recipe to take maybe to Christmas this year or to next year's Thanksgiving. Now for Christmas, we normally do like finger foods. Just easier things to make and eat, so we don't have to dirty up silverware. And we've done that for a while. Last year, my cousin made like sliders where you take the Hawaiian rolls and cut them all in half and make sandwiches out of them and bake them. And those were really, really good. So hopefully she does that again. And then I think for that, I'll probably take the deviled eggs, and then I'm going to take buffalo chicken dip. Because that's always good with chips. And then it'll be the new year. It's crazy. Hopefully, it's a better year. 2025 has definitely not been the greatest. And that started in January when my previous job went into a sort of crisis situation, and that we were running like 3 days behind, and my year just went downhill from there. From leaving there because I had just had enough. I was working 16-hour days and I was tired and I just couldn't do it anymore. The atmosphere was really bad. And I was driving 40 minutes, you know, and when I was driving that far and working a 16-hour shift, all I had time to do was sleep. Oh, I got to get the X's back out. I missed his legs. His little stick legs. Fun fact, I have chicken legs. My mom makes fun of them. My grandma, her mom, had chicken legs. And so I don't mind too much that she calls them chicken legs and makes fun of them, because I get it from my grandma, who was awesome. And yeah, I'm talking about my chicken legs, so obviously I've run out of things to talk about. That's terrible. But I was going to try to get this guy finished, and instead of having to go on like a like speed it up and do an ASMR video, I was just trying to randomly talk. All right, that's all the X's. So I did get, I made a list of all of my diamond paintings that are older. I just wrote down like all of the ones from 2023. Anything newer than that, I kept off the list. And I think it's like 50 diamond paintings. So obviously I'm not going to get them all done this next year. I just have to go back through and decide what 12 out of that 50 I'd like to work on. But that did narrow down my options from 250, so ish. And I decided to just do the ones from Diamond Art Club. I have the most kits from them that I would like to work on, and I'm not going to work on, or not worry about the kits that I have from other companies. Unless for whatever reason there's one I decide to work on randomly next year, I'm going to focus on what I have from Diamond Art Club and try to work on those since I have the most from them. Yeah, his legs are not very straight, but that's okay. He has crooked chicken legs. And then I do think I'm going to do, I was going to make it like the year of Harry Potter, where I do a Harry Potter diamond painting a month. Some of them that I have are fairly small. I could do probably more than one a month with those. And they're Diamond Art Club also, but they're like the little diamonds, or the whatever they're called. They're just real small little canvases. So I could definitely be getting those done a couple a month. And then some of the bigger ones might take me a couple of months to finish. So we'll see how that goes. The goal is to do, like I said, one a month. So 12 Harry Potter kits. And then I think some of those Harry Potter kits are a part of my kits that I purchased in 2023. But what I'm going to do is not count them towards that, towards the hashtag refresh your stash 2026. That way I have 12 other canvases to choose from. I'm a pretty slow diamond painter. I know that. I have never completed. I think this year is probably going to be my most diamond paintings completed in a year, and I think I've done like maybe 6 or 7. So yeah, making a list of basically 24 is obviously a lot. I'm definitely not going to get them all done. It's a very large goal. But that way I have choices. I have options. And I am going to focus on those. The goal is to go on a no-buy. So I won't not be having more on boxes next year, at least not of new diamond paintings, because the goal is to not buy any new ones until I have worked through my stash. I mean, I have tons of options. Obviously, I did my flip through and you guys, it was 3 parts. So I have more than enough choices. I don't need to get more. And that is, I suppose, kind of where I'm at when it comes even to now, to their Black Friday releases. Is they're just not... I have plenty of options in my stash. I don't need anything new. So they just really, really have to stand out and be special. So yeah, that is the goal of my next year also, is to do a... Well, I've tried to kind of narrow it down. So instead of doing like, try to do it for the whole year, the goal is to do 3 months of no buy, and then 3 months of low buy. So with that, like I can buy 1 book or 1 diamond painting or, you know, 1 craft project. Not go completely crazy and buy all the things. And then to pay down some of my debt. Let's see. I'm probably going to go quiet here while I try to get these last 3 colors done. It's really turning out really good. He's very bright. It's too bad there wasn't like a turkey in this set. That that would have been appropriate. And there are turkey farms, so... Let's see. I really like these sets. The drills are all good. The canvases have a good quality to them. The only feedback that I have for Pretty Little Gems is that I do not like... Hang on, I'll show you here in a second. Let me get these T's done. I do not like that it has the item code on the canvas. Yeah, that's the only thing that bothers me. Like maybe if they printed them on the back of the canvas, it would be okay. But that's the only thing, because once it's all done, I mean, maybe a frame would cover that up. I don't know. I don't frame them though. I just have a little photo album that I put them in. So that is visible. So if you guys have ever worked on these, what do you do to cover that product code number up when you're finished? To me, it just kind of takes away from the image. So yeah, any suggestions I'd be willing to try. I know, I think I could use like fingernail polish remover. People have done that before. Maybe I could get some acrylic paint and try to paint just a border around them. I don't know. Or like washi tape. I could put a washi tape border around them. This one is pretty slippery today too, the glue is. Yeah, I don't know. Something that I didn't show in my stash video was all my mini kits that I have. I probably should do that too. That's an idea of something else I could film, showing you all my mini canvases. These ones are fun to work on. The Pretty Little Gem sets have like 12 to, I think some of them even have 16 in them. So this has taken me several months to work on, and I just work on them randomly. It's not something that I focus on. Just when I want to diamond paint and I only have about an hour to do so, but I want to kind of scratch that itch, I'll pull one of these out. So like I started this set of 12 in July, I believe, and I'm just now getting to the end of it. This month, this is the I want to say this is the third one I've worked on in November. So, is it the same color? I don't think so. I've got some diamonds off to the side that I spilt out, and I was trying to see if they were this one, but I don't think they are. I think right there on my finger. I missed the bag or something, and I'm just now finding them, and I don't know what color they were, so oh well. All right, well, so we just have the 7 left, and he will be finished. So he's very colorful. He looks really good. I do have some of the mini sets from Diamond Art Club, but I have several from Pretty Little Gems. So the sets from Diamond Art Club only have 6 canvases in them, I believe. And then, like I said, Pretty Little Gems does 12. 12 I know for sure. I think they might have a couple of sets that have like 16 in them, but I'm not sure. Some of the companies tend to run together. I know I have seen sets of 16. I'm just not sure what company I saw had those. Oh, one more. And all right, guys, I think he might be done. And there's a little black speck there that's irritating me. I don't know what it is. Piece of fuzz or something. Right in the top of his head. All right, so let's get him right way around. Yeah, he's very sparkly. He turned out really nice. And his legs are probably going to bother me a little bit. His crooked chicken legs here. Let's see, this one is pretty crooked right there. Wow, it was a real slippery glue on this one. Normally they're not like that. Normally they stay put pretty well. All right, I think that's good enough. So with these kits, I've put them all in these like photo boxes that you can get off Amazon. You get like a big, huge box of like 24 of these smaller cases, and they just fit in here real well. So I kitted up in just the baggies that they come in. So we'll get those all put away. And it is a tight fit in the plastic box, but especially the more you mess with these. When you first get them and they're in this plastic sleeve really well, they don't take up much space. But as I have worked with them and not gotten them in here as well. All right, so there's the diamonds. And then, so what I have left to work on, I have the box or the basket or whatever of vegetables, and then I have the barn. And those are my last 2 to work on. So that's really, really exciting. I'm really pleased that I've almost got this done. It will be the second kit from Pretty Little Gems that I have completed. I'm just going to lay those back down in there. And then I put the drills to the side. And then this is the pin that it comes with, the tray that it comes with, and the wax that it comes with. So they all fit in this really nice. Well, I forget how I had them in there. But yeah, they all fit in there really nice, and then you can just close it and shut it up. So it makes for a really great way to contain them all. And then this is the photo album I've been keeping them all in. So I have done the first hot air balloon set. So there's 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. And then the farm set starts here with the sheep And then you've got your chicken coop, the tractor, the corn, the windmill, the cow and the truck. And then I've got the stack of hay bales done and the horse done. And then I'm going to add my rooster in. When I bought this photo album, I wasn't sure what size these were. So I got like, I think I got 5x7 and these are really like 4x6. So I needed to get a smaller photo album for them, but I'm just going to use this one until it's full and then I'll get another one that's small. But so let's see. I think when I finish the farm set, so it'll be in the last, this one will be the last two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll be able to get one more Pretty Little Gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'll have one sleeve extra. So I'll be able to get 2 more sets from Pretty Little Gems in this photo album. So that's really exciting. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you've stuck around for an hour, wow, I did a good job. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a really happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate, a successful Black Friday if you plan on shopping. And I will see you probably in December or maybe the last day of November. We'll see. But probably in December when I do my November wrap up. But all right. All right, I'm done babbling. Have a good night, guys. Bye.